Suffering. That's something you can't avoid. Everyone you know and everyone you will ever know is suffering from something. People suffer from their knowledge, from their ignorance, from their wealth, and from their poverty. Some suffer in love, some in loneliness, some in success, and some in failure. It seems like there's no escape from it. Or is there? In this video, we'll try to understand what suffering really is, why it happens, and most importantly, how you can find your way out of it. So what is suffering? If I had to answer in one line, it would be this. Suffering is when your reality does not align with nature or with the universe. What do I mean by that? When you want something, but the world is pushing you in another direction. That's suffering. When you try to hold on to someone you love, but life is pulling them away, that's suffering. When your expectations are higher than the reality you're living, that too is suffering. So, the answer seems simple, right? Just flow with it. Go wherever life takes you. Just accept it. But can we really do that? If change was so easy, everyone would be an Elon Musk. Everyone would be a Jeff Bezos. We all want money, success, and power. So why can't we just achieve it? The answer is simple. Because you're not suffering enough. This is what suffering does to us. It forces us to change. It pushes us to move. When the pain becomes greater than the comfort of staying the same, that's when people act. That's when they break habits. That's when they leave toxic people behind. That's when they start new paths. Without suffering, most people would never move. They would repeat the same patterns, live the same life, and call it fate. But suffering is the spark that lights the fire of transformation. It helps us grow. It's nature's way of saying, toughen up or fade away. So the next time you want something so badly that it feels like you're suffocating without it, good. That's your sign. That's the universe telling you to start your own story. Okay, let's pause for a moment. Let's say all of this is true. The universe is calling you. You want change so badly it's eating you alive, but you're stuck. The will to change is there, but the motivation isn't. You don't feel like doing the work you know will change your life. You, my friend, might have depression. And if that's the case, watching this video alone won't help. Because depression isn't about willpower. It's not about discipline. It's not about mental toughness. Depression is a chemical imbalance in your brain, a hormonal disruption, and you can't fight that with willpower alone. The best thing you can do is tell someone. Tell someone who cares enough to help you. Someone who can push you to fix your diet and take you outside for physical activity. Because when you're truly depressed, you can't pull yourself out by yourself. And that's the difference between suffering and depression. If you are suffering, you can make changes. You can act. But in depression, that's not the case. You need the help of others. That's what the clinical side of depression says. But here's another way to look at it. If you know no one is going to help you, you can choose another belief model. Don't believe in depression. Because your belief gives power to things. If you stop believing in depression, you'll treat it as suffering. And unlike depression, suffering gives you a choice to change yourself. In depression, the belief is, I can't help myself. But in suffering, the belief is, I can act, I can change. So, what about the other kinds of suffering? We don't just suffer in our ambition. We suffer when our actions don't match our ambition. We suffer because of someone else's choices. When someone we love is making bad decisions, we suffer in concern for them. We suffer when a natural disaster strikes, when war breaks out, when someone we love dies. There are countless sources of human suffering. But not all pain comes from the outside. Sometimes it's quieter, more personal. Sometimes suffering doesn't come from what we want, but from what life takes away from us. And in all of these events, one truth remains the same. You have no control over the situation. There is nothing you can do or not do to change it. So what now? Is your only choice to suffer and live in pain? No. Your real choice is to not suffer. Your choice is to accept things as they are and keep moving forward. I know that's easier said than done. Acceptance is not something you learn overnight. It's something life teaches you. And time, whether you believe it or not, does heal all wounds. One day, what once felt like it would crush you becomes something you can carry. The skill is in reminding yourself, this is the way it is right now, and it will not be this way forever. Life is long, and as long as you keep moving, you will learn how to live with what you cannot change. We haven't talked about trauma yet, and this one might be the biggest of all. Because if you look around, Gen Z and Gen Alpha are almost famous for their trauma. Some even brag about it. So how real is this thing called trauma? Oh, it's very real. But here's the truth. If you think you're special because you have trauma, you're not. The irony is, everyone has trauma. Every generation, every family, every person you meet, you're not alone, and you're not defined by it. There are two kinds of trauma. Type A, the severe trauma. This is the trauma that rewires a human being at their core. Think of a child who grows up in a war zone. For him, fireworks are not celebration. Every loud sound means death. Or a man released after years of wrongful imprisonment. He walks free, but he doesn't know how to live. He doesn't even know what freedom feels like anymore. And then there are survivors of disasters, people who avoid elevators, who panic in crowded streets because their body remembers the terror that their mind keeps trying to forget. That's what trauma does. It doesn't just hurt you, it reshapes you. Now those are extreme cases, but not all trauma is that severe. That's where type B comes in. The quieter kind, the one most of us carry. Maybe you were bullied in school. Maybe you were humiliated in front of people you trusted. Maybe your parents divorced, and the home you once knew was never the same again. These wounds don't stop you from functioning. You can still laugh, study, work, build relationships. But deep inside, they live in the back of your mind. A quiet scar that shapes how you see the world. And here's the important part. These scars, as painful as they are, can also be teachers. They show you who to trust. They remind you who to keep at a distance. They teach you how to survive in a world that isn't always kind. They make you tougher, so the next time life hits you, you don't shatter. So what's the solution to trauma? The solution is not to live inside it forever, not to keep replaying it like a broken record. The real solution is to take it as one of life's hardest lessons and build character around it. Let it shape you into someone stronger, not someone stuck in the past. Because trauma, whether big or small, is something every single one of us carries. You can either let it crush you or let it teach you. The choice will always be yours. In the end, suffering is like a storm. You can't stop it from coming. The only thing you can control is how you stand in it. Life will not get easier, but you will get tougher. And one day, when you look back, you'll realize the very things you thought would break you were the things that built you.